I've studied with world champion drummers and their drum instructors. Here's what they taught me about traditional grip to become center snare in high school, college, and DCI. My technique has the power to project across the stadium, the endurance to drum all day long, and the consistency to play clean at any speed. All of the motion comes from rotating from the wrist down through the forearm. None of my instructors who march snare taught finger dribbling because it creates an inconsistent and weak sound quality compared to rotating. For efficient rotation, I hold my forearm flat to the ground and align my wrist so the thumb is an extension of the forearm. This puts the thumb on top and the palm facing toward the drum, which gives me a full range of motion and a louder sound. One of the biggest problems beginner snare drummers have is they start with their wrist rotated, which makes it difficult to play loud because you're already rotated. So make sure your palm isn't facing up at rest. While rotating, my bicep moves up and down as I rotate. However, the power comes from how fast I rotate my forearm, not from my bicep size or strength. But power means nothing if you can't play clean. And playing clean comes from not only rhythmic accuracy, but consistency in your technique. The more your technique changes, the more your sound changes, making it harder to clean as a snare line. Here's what I look for with my technique to play consistently. The stick sits in the web between the thumb and index fingers, and on my ring finger, where the skin meets the base of the fingernail, about 1/3 of the way up the stick. The web of the hand will only hurt if you squeeze the stick with your thumb, so don't squeeze the stick. But the ring finger is gonna hurt a lot until you develop a callus from consistent practice. The rest of the fingers provide stability and control so you can get a consistent sound. For example, the pinky follows under the ring finger to provide extra support. My index finger curves around the top of the stick, and the thumb rests on top, creating a lowercase t. And the middle finger provides a little more stability by slightly curving and resting on the stick. The amount of space between each finger doesn't matter as much as keeping the fingers curved and relaxed. The tighter your hands, the slower you can rotate, and the slower you can play. Not to mention, tension can lead to hand issues like tendonitis and carpal tunnel. People with small hands will have less space between their fingers than people with larger hands, but everybody can play relaxed. When playing, I strive for a consistent look and feel as I rotate around the forearm. The only changes I make with my technique while playing is adjusting the amount of space there is for the stick to rebound in my hand. For example, more space on high legato strokes and less space on down strokes. However, these changes are small. You'll know you're taking your fingers too far off the stick if you feel sore at the bottom of your hand or at the base of your forearm. And you'll know you're not creating enough space if your thumb is squeezing the stick and causing pain or tension in the web of your hand, at the base of your thumb, or on top of your forearm. Traditional grip is played with the left hand only, so if you want to see what my right hand looks like when I play, check out this video. You can find hundreds more tips and lessons at the bottom of my YouTube channel's home tab, below the thousands of free drumming exercises.